Welcome to the Knights Reserved podcast. I'm Sinvek, and I'm joined with Tactive and Ghost. Going ahead and say hi, you weirdos.
What good? What's up?
Yes, sirski. All right. So we have a couple questions that we're gonna answer. It's basically gonna be the beginning, I guess you could say, right?
This is already awkward. This is going to be an awkward podcast. It's going to be an awkward podcast, isn't it? Let's lighten it up a little bit. I'm sure they're gonna. I'm sure they're
Shrug
not
it
gonna
off.
stick around.
Shrug it off.
Shrug it off, man.
Shrug it off.
All right. Okay.
All right. So we actually had a question from Adrian, who wants to know how KR actually started. So what better than the big bulk man himself, Brandon?
This ages back almost a year ago now. Wow, this has been a while.
It's been a while, almost a year.
Yeah. So pretty much the way the whole team started is we were in a different team. We're not gonna name drop anything, but wasn't a fantastic team or anything. So I was kind of, I didn't want to leave the other team, but after, talking and, kind of being pressurized by a few people, I decided, okay, fine, I'll do it. So we ended up leaving that team, and me and part founder, who used to be part founder, he's not with us anymore. His name was Blood. We ended up starting the team and or coming up with the idea of the team and everything. And long story short, one thing led to another thing. We started rallying up people pretty much. So I don't think Sinvik Tactive was actually technically the first person I went to. Blood was already in the call with me, but owner wise, Tactive was the first person I went to. We picked him up as an owner. At first he was like, I don't know, a little iffy about it, but then
I was thinking of doing something else. Like I didn't know if I wanted to get into another order position or anything like that. So I was kind of on the fence. And what's funny is nobody knows who I am, but nobody thinks that I would be the first owner besides Dylan and Civic, because I'm really nobody knows who I am. It's actually I'm not non-existent. It's something, but
hey,
I was actually the first owner technically. But yeah, I was on the fence, and it was in between us leaving that. All three of us were on that previous team. It was in between. We left that team, sort of, and then in between this one, we were all kind of did different things. I started my own team. I brought on Ghost, which is kind of how we first met. I think.
Yeah, that is how
we first really met. I mean, we talked from another team, but it wasn't really anything. Can maybe say a few words. Then I talked to him more from the team that I made with a guy named Eulogy and some other guy. I forgot his name actually. But
Mercy, I remember Mercy.
Mercy.
Oh my God, Mercy.
Yeah, Mercy. That was him. Okay. And I liked his personality and shit. And then so we kind of started talking more, and it was fun, and we kind of became friends. And then the other owners from that team I made just kind of fell off the face of the planet or whatever. So I kind of ended that, and I was kind of just in between a rock and a hard place or something. And it was Ghost contacted me when he started making KR, and since we knew each other, we made that connection. He offered me an owner position. I was on the fence. I said I decided about it, and I think it was hours before he launched the team. I was like, yeah, sure, I'm in.
Yeah, it was, and I would like it to be known. Our first official encounter, he was in a team called Oath.
That's right.
And I was grinding for that team, right?
That was
the
very first.
This was technically the very first interaction we had, because you reacted to my video,
right?
When I was grinding.
I love
and the song was the only thing good about that.
It was funny.
The clips were horrible.
I was barely paying attention to the clips. I was just listening to the music.
The song went hard. Hard. But yeah, anyways, back on track, since Tactive decided to tell his whole life story right there. But so after picking up Tactive, Sinvik, I thought Sinvik was still stuck on that other team we were in, and he didn't want to join KR. But after a few days of me and him constantly calling, because me and Sinvik grew a pretty good relationship. He told me personally, he was like, I would like to come over with you. So Simic didn't start off as an owner. Simic started off as, what was it, lead GFX?
Yeah,
and VFX,
I was like lead production pretty much on.
Yeah, he was lead
what's the
production.
KR.
Simic was our back, literally. Still is our back for most of the part when it comes to a lot of that stuff. I mean, 90% of the videos wouldn't have been even remotely uploaded if it wasn't for Simic, because he's the one who taught me how to edit. So, yeah, let's give a round of applause for Simic for being the carry of KR for most of the part.
Yeah, the only one clapping.
I was the only one clapping.
No, the viewers will clap. For real.
Yeah. The viewers will clap for you. Hopefully, they also might just click off of this and not care whatsoever.
Like, so boring.
It depends on the viewer, though.
It truly does.
But yeah, after that, there's this other person that I'm not going to name drop that was also an owner. He was an owner I hit up after Tactive, who he held the team back severely and caused a lot of problems with our launch happening. And eventually he left on his own, he left. So this is going to sound mean, but it was kind of good he left because we were able to move forward from there, So after he left, we were able. He was still good. Like he knew what he was doing. It was just
still respect him and everything.
Yeah, I still respect him. Don't get me wrong. It's like I don't have any no bad blood between them, but
yeah,
I still respect him. But things happen, Mm-hmm. But after all that, we were finally able to launch. And hey, I gotta say that launch was one of the greatest launches I think in any team I've ever been in. Definitely. Okay, it was full 100% support. We didn't buy anything. We started zero.
No plug.
Everything started zero. All right. Everything started zero. We were kind of popping, not to toot our own horns or anything, but we was kind of popping, but yeah. So in terms of longevity, yeah, that's pretty much how KR started. That's it was just two people in a call who got sick of one other team, and then a bunch of other people who also were sick of another team. So yeah. Yeah, besides Tactive, Tactive was already gone from the other team beforehand. Tactive was just a good lad and wanted to come aboard and
Yeah, I kind of I was like, some of you guys didn't see it then, but when I left, that team was like, you guys need to understand that this team is not good. And I left those guys, and I kind of went on a couple other things. I'm
telling you, if it wasn't for Blood, I would have never left. To be honest with you, I wouldn't have left. Because Blood was the one who kept insisting. I was loyal to Simic. I'm loyal to Simic, but I was very loyal. Very loyal. I was very loyal to that specific person who was running the team, and I'm sure everyone else here was loyal to him as well. And I still have a great deal of respect for him, and I still respect him. If it wasn't for this person, then I don't think I'd still be on Twitter or anything in general. I probably would have just left, lived my life a different way. But yeah, I still have respect for him. I still have respect for that old team in some ways. And, it brought us KR, right? It brought us all together. Besides me and Tactive, who already knew each other from Castaway, but still.
Yeah, fair enough. But
for me, I owned a team before leaving that other team. So for the only reason really I wanted to pursue KR and why I saw so much potential within it is just because it felt like my first team that I ever created. It was just a bunch of people, right, that you meet off the internet or something, and you can create good relationships and stuff with those people. So for me to walk away from a second team, because I noticed a weird trend with me. I own every team I joined for some reason. But yeah, KR, I didn't immediately get my owner's spot or anything. Granted, I didn't really have to work for it, to be honest with you guys. But, it was a decision that I came to actually own KnightsReserved, because at first I was like, I don't want to own again, because after 2 teams of owning, because for me, I saw myself as the failure of the team. And I thought that if I owned KR, then the team would die because I was a bad owner. But then I learned how to own a little better, and then I realized, oh, you got other people that actually have like a passion for it as well. And so for me, the whole beginning of making the decision to actually turn over was initially like really hard, because I thought that, I was going to stay loyal to like the other team. But the more that, me and Ghost talked, the bigger like our friendship got. Then I don't know. I just thought that it might have been time for something new and something fresh.
And the thing about KR was, it was from all of us, at least for me, and I guess I think for Ghost and even Civic too, the teams we came from, whether or not that one that we've been talking about or even the other ones, they run very well.
Yeah.
And they were very corrupted in a sense. And this was our chance, from the bad taste that we got from the teams that we've been in, to try and run one from the ground up the right way, in a sense.
Yeah. And we wanted to gather all the good traits from previous teams. So like my first team, we brought in, I don't know if you guys know Elton, but me and him go pretty way back, pretty much like 2 years. We brought in some traits that my first team had. We also brought over some traits from me and Ghost's previous teams that we were in. But yeah, like that's the big reason why we just want to grow naturally. We want to achieve something like different with KR, because most teams, like, not to throw much shade, but most teams that I end up seeing like on the internet that barely start and everything, they're using methods such as like plug chats or botting just to even like get onto an algorithm, which we don't believe in that. We believe that 100% natural growth is probably the best way to grow any team. And, we've just been really hard at work here in KR with everything that's going on. I could probably put on some like uncopyrighted lo-fi, so there's like not the whole silence.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna leave this in. Like, it just doesn't matter.
Just leave it all in. Just leave it all fucking. It doesn't matter. But back on what you were actually saying. And again, this isn't to throw Trent or throw shade or anything, but
trash.
Let's be real, right? Like, we've been going on almost a year strong now, right?
Yeah.
And of course we've had hardships. Every team has hardships, right?
Yeah.
But we've been going on a year strong almost, right? Most teams nowadays that follow those same trends, highlight montages over and over and over again, because that's what people want right now. That's what people are doing. Those teams end up ending so much quicker, less than a year, most of the time, right?
And it's really sad to see, because these teams actually have so much potential, but
and then you'll see them in the first couple of months. They'll be like super big, much bigger, like 1,000 followers in the first. Like, they'll have the big sprint, the big push, and then they'll end 5 months in. We might not be as big, but we've been almost a year. You can see how it's a give and take.
We've gone through a lot of hardships within like actually like owning the team and everything, but it's the power to actually like just not quit immediately and actually try to solve the issue, even if it takes like a month. Like, it may take like a couple months and stuff to resolve issues. And as owners of Knights Reserved, issues do still pop up every once in a while. But it's just the motivation to fix it and to keep pushing the team. That's something that I think every team should have and should strive for.
Yeah, I agree. I feel teams need to have the willpower. If you can hear the ice cream truck in the background, I apologize.
We're gonna get ourselves a Knights Reserved ice
Do
cream.
they have one of those strawberry popsicles?
That's a personal Knights Reserved ice cream truck. They always come around,
Yeah.
just to give us.
It's every time we're in a call, they just
It's only in a call. It's only in a call.
I'll PayPal you some money. Can I get one of those like strawberry popsicles or something like that?
Nah, but you can get one of the Spider-Man ones with the eye that's like halfway down to the face.
Dude, we could have like a popsicle of like Dylan's face. It's just like the eyes. Just like,
dude, that's perfect. That's perfect. Knights Reserved ice cream brand. Dylan's face will be the whole branding of it.
And we'll mark it up.
Dylan,
for
if you watch
$80.
it, just know we love you, man. Don't worry, we love you.
We'll mark it up for $80, dude.
But I completely forgot what I was saying. What was it?
We were on like Knights Reserved, like team with willpower.
Hardships and stuff.
Oh yeah. So what I see is a lot of teams don't have the willpower because even us, we've had funding issues and probably still will down the line. We've had those issues, and the funding issue is what causes a lot of teams to end. They don't find alternatives around it. They don't do that. But us personally, we've always found alternatives around it, and we still will, and we still continue to. We don't plan on ending anytime soon or anything like that. We want this in terms of longevity. We want this to be a almost forever kind of thing. We all want this to be a job, clearly, right?
Yeah.
Like that's something we all want.
I want to see a KR house, and I want to see
exactly
all this cool stuff. And I want to see like a different kind of community within Knights Reserved, because I definitely do think that we have one of the most like diverse kind of communities, because we have a lot of Fortnite, then we have a couple like Valorant, and then we even have people that don't game all that often, like following KR and stuff. And I think it's really beautiful when we see those type of things. But like Knights Reserved as a whole, I think we just want to be a team that doesn't follow trends, I guess is the thing that we're trying to say.
We're definitely, I agree. We're trying to set a new wave in esports that other people will take inspiration off of and realize, hey, you don't need to have all these connections. You don't need to have all of these like highlight montages and all these like following trends and all that stuff. You don't need to have that. You can, if you have the right mindset and the right people to do it with, which I'm fortunate enough to have, then you can dramatically see an improvement in anything you do, right? So we're setting a new wave for esports in general, and though it might take a really, really long time, I personally believe it will be beneficial. So again, I think it's going to work out the way we want it to work out, and hopefully other people will see from us, we can do it the right way as well. And that's not to throw shade. That's not to say, hey, you're doing this the wrong way. There's nothing wrong with doing highlight montages and all that, because clearly that's what the population right now wants to see. But in terms of like future and longevity, it's not gonna benefit you, because eventually that's gonna die out. Eventually that's not gonna be what people want anymore. And we're getting a head start on that by being diverse with our content, uploading, variety, and not just doing the same thing over and over again, which you can say, most of our content is Fortnite based, but we still have that, we have that IRL content, that Valorant, that as much as I hate the game, Among Us, we have it, and even down the line, we plan on steering away from Fortnite content a lot into different games, like Call of Duty, stuff like that. So like we already have the variety.
Like we want to appeal to a lot of audiences. Like we want to not only be known as just one singular game, but we're also going to have like our competitive sides eventually as well. We're going to have a couple like montages and stuff within the future and everything, which are like in production and we can't give explicit details on, but
they're coming. They're coming.
They're coming. They're in the works. And I definitely do see Knights Reserved as like that kind of team that can be like professional, but can also have like a personality in a way, where it brings
which is what we all try for.
Which brings like a lot of personalities, of like different personalities within like one place, basically.
We have our comp side, we have our entertainment side. But I think we should move off this topic and start talking more about the grinders, because we've been on this topic for quite some time. We kind of went on a tangent, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, it's a podcast.
It's a podcast, and it's a needed topic too. I feel like a lot of people need to hear it.
Yeah, and this is definitely something that people could just, like pop on while they're design and editing, or like playing Fortnite or playing a game, and can just like learn about KR if they wish.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't think people are gonna want to listen to a podcast while cranking 90s or playing Fortnite.
Well, you'd be surprised like how many people just find podcasts.
Dude, that's just like what they vibe to while they're chilling. Yeah. Popping their head back and forth like, yo, this just a bang.
They're just like dancing with their legs.
Yeah. But no, I think personally we should start talking about some of our grinders, because I know there's a lot of concern or like or questions within those.
We'll actually hop into that. I think it's Divine, right? Divine.
Yeah.
He wants us to talk about KR grinders. So we're going to talk about like the grinders and everything in section 1. Then if they have a chance of joining KR, and our first impressions on our grinders, like it can be our current grinders or future grinders, just depends like what type of first impressions that we want or something like that.
Yeah.
I think we should start getting into it.
All right. Yeah. So what for the first, like, elephant in the room kind of question is, anyone has a chance of joining. We don't discriminate. It doesn't matter. Like you do have to have a certain level of standards and skill, but not extremely high like most of these teams, have. Anyone has a chance of joining. It's just their dedication we really care about. Their dedication, their personality, their positivity, all that. That all falls into the category of whether or not you want to be able to join KR or not. I mean, we're not going to go out of our way to pick. If you give me somebody who's extremely good at the game, but has a shit personality, compared to somebody who's all right at the game, he has room for improvement, but has a really good personality, is dedicated and ready to contribute to the team, I'm gonna pick that person up over the person with the skill.
Any day.
The person with the skill, you're good, but what are you really bringing us? Besides
in terms of
toxicity and all that, he'll have some placements and whatnot. That's cool. That's amazing. But realistically, that doesn't benefit us as much as if he's positive, he's contributing to the team, he's contributing to the grinders, just being an active and kind person, right? Yeah. So, and that's how I look at it.
Yeah, and within KR, talking about grinders and like what it brings us and everything, we also look at you like as an individual.
Yep.
So you join Knights Reserved, right? You're going to receive like tips, tricks, and stuff on how to improve your personal branding. So it really just depends, like public image, how well do you have that? If you're very unknown, then I'm pretty sure most people won't have to worry about that. But in terms of like KR grinders, do they have a chance of joining? Like Ghost said before, everyone has a chance of joining. It's just whether or not they're dedicated, they have passion, and if they have a good enough attitude is what I personally look for. And since I'm mostly production and stuff, it's like what I'm mostly known for. In terms of like grinders that grind like artistry and everything, we look for good attitude within these certain individuals, just so their personal branding and how they're known is good on a public eye. But if they have a chance of joining, everyone does. We don't restrict anybody. So let's say you're not that good at a game, right? But you've clearly shown the passion. You've shown, I want to join Knights Reserved. I want to be in this team. An amazing example is Adrian. He was grinding for it's phenomenal example. He was grinding for, I think, was it like 10, 11 months, something crazy like that. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, this is going to go and tie right back to like public image. If you do not have a good public image, then Knights Reserved won't want to pick you. And that is just not only off of Knights Reserved, but off of your branding as well. And it's just because of reputation, basically, in that way. You just want to make sure you have a good reputation, a good public image, and that you're not causing a lot of problems. This is the biggest thing. But for going back to Adrian, he made a lot of videos. He continues to daily stream, even within KR, because this is actually going to move into impressions a little bit. But once you join Knights Reserved, we don't want that to be the end for you.
Yeah.
Knights Reserved should be something that helps you achieve your passion even more. But yeah, like everyone has a chance. I personally give everyone a fair chance within KR who want to join. Adrian, as an example. At first, we saw like, you know, his skill set and stuff wasn't that high in terms of like playing and everything. But we kept seeing the improvement. We kept an eye on him. And, you know, KR Adrian happened. So I definitely do think that keeping that energy, keeping that dedication, and keeping that passion is going to get you in Knights Reserved.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Do you have anything to say about that, Tective? Because I know
I just think, I'm just thinking, I agree. Honestly, not even just for, I'm just going to say, not even just for this, but I think honestly, just making sure you keep a good reputation to the people you know. And if you have something that you want, just make sure that you portray yourself in a way that makes people want to conversate and connect with you. That's just a life lesson, honestly, that you can use anywhere, not just for trying to get into this team, but into just to prosper, honestly, in your day-to-day basis.
Yeah, like achieve your dream, like your dreams and stuff. Because KR can be a dream, and you know that's very humble towards us and everything, that you want Knights Reserved to be like your dream team and stuff. Obviously, we're not huge or anything yet, so that is why we take it very humbly.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you have a dream, let's say like TSM, so it's just like shoot high, right? Knights Reserved is going to put you on a path to be ready for that. So that's
stepping stone.
Yeah, we're a stepping stone for you to achieve, like, even just like slowly progress through the scene and become better. All right, so do you guys want to move over to first impressions of our grinders? So like actually talking about some of our grinders.
I'm down to move on to that.
All right, let's move over to Divine first. The guy who actually gave us the question. What are our first
Divine actually? So Divine's actually pretty like respectful kid. I give it to him. Mm-hmm. He's very respectful when you're talking to him DM wise or anything like that. He's never really, gives you a hard time in any form or any way like that. Very good kid, and especially he's dedicated as well. He's very dedicated as well, dedicated. And 100% can see a future with him in KR. He's just got to keep up the same dedication that he has. Keep proving and whatnot. You can 100% see him in KR for sure. In terms of first impressions, I've always seen him as a pretty good kid. I've never seen him as like a bad person or anything like that. I never really looked at him and like, hey, I don't like you or anything like that. Like he's always been a pretty good kid. Always seems very respectful. Hard grinder for himself and for KR as well. So definitely. Keep it up, man. You're doing a great job for sure.
Yeah, you're doing a phenomenal job, actually. Just
it's a very good job. Come with patience.
Come with KR. I guess that's also another topic, and what we can get into after our grinders. Like, I know some people wonder why it takes so long, and we'll actually answer.
That is another topic we will get into. That is another topic we will 100% get into.
But now what about Gator? If you guys know.
Gator, wait.
Yes, Gator. Yes,
actually is.
Gator's I don't know him like too well in terms of like his personality. He seems respectful within our grinder chat and everything. Yeah. But in terms of a grinder, he's extremely like a very hard grinder. Like back when he was even grinding for like, I think he was grinding for MSF at one point.
Misfits.
I think Misfits is his dream team. He's a very hard grinder for that. He's been featured in some of their videos, actually. It was like reacting to players or something like that. I remember seeing. So congratulations on that. That's actually a pretty big milestone in terms for grinding for a team. Getting featured by them regardless, I know that helps a lot with motivation. But yeah, in terms of like how he is as a player, he's very good at the game, and it has, everyone has room for improvement, but he's very good. He's always improving. He's always getting better. I'm pretty sure his upload schedule is pretty good as well. He uploads. He gets all his recordings and whatnot done with and out of the way, editing and everything. So yeah, him as well. In terms of again, personality, I don't know too much about him, but in terms of like how he is as a grinder, I can definitely tell he's a very, very hard grinder. Definitely can also see a future with him as well.
Definitely.
I would like to say though, thinking like kind of like on the basis of like images, things like that. You're very active on your Twitter. I do like to say, but you have some tweets that you might want to make it a little bit more organized, a little bit more, just more like, I don't know, just have more organized Twitter. I mean, you have this one tweet from a day ago. I'm not going to read it, but you probably want to delete that. It has to do with someone's voice. I'm just going to say that. You have like the whole unfollowed me thing, like the 10 people unfollowed me, this and that. You maybe not want to put that on there. You just have some kind of like straggle, like tweets, like just like some bad tweets. I mean, you don't want to, some things you don't want to put in there. Maybe possibly controversial, and so yeah, just be on the lookout for that and be a little bit more organized with your tweets, and that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, but that's not just only a Gator kind of thing. I've seen a few grinders and even people we picked up before have had some controversial tweets or just an unorganized Twitter in general, which minor things that you can 100% work on.
Right.
Just work around them. Don't let them block you. Don't especially with how it is in 2021. You don't really want to be tweeting out many controversial things. A lot of people easily offended nowadays, so try to keep things to a reasonable degree where you're not pushing anybody to the limit of offense.
Make sure there's no room for doubt on whether or not you
you
have like a problem or something. Like, I don't know.
So those are the two grinders that we've seen the most. If you weren't mentioned, we do apologize, but it's possibly also because you're not showing yourself and being out there, which is actually going to come into the second thing, which I've seen a lot of grinders come, but immediately get demotivated because of how long it takes. So we're actually going to go on ahead and answer that for you guys now. So do you want to start, Ghost, or?
Yeah, sure. I'll start it off. So a lot of people, and I've even seen times where people grind for like a month at most, and then they end up giving up just because they feel like they won't get in or something. So let's talk about that a little bit. When you're grinding for a team, and you're grinding for a long, long time. I mean, I can't speak on behalf of every team. I don't know everything about every team. But on behalf of us, I can tell you that we keep eyes out on every grinder. We watch every grinder and we inspect you, make sure you are doing good pretty much. If you're grinding for, say, pretty much since the start of KR and you somehow still haven't gotten in, it's not because we dislike you or anything. It's because you've shown that you aren't really not mature enough, but mature is probably the best word, to be honest with you. You're not really mature enough to be here without causing possible drama in the long run. So if you're grinding and you're tweeting things out that are considered offensive or sexual or racist, I've seen a couple of times, then your chances of getting in are not very likely, seeing as we're a team based around positivity for the most part. So
definitely,
if you're grinding for a long time and you haven't gotten in, it's mainly because you are not showing the proper respect to people or mature enough, or you have too open of a mind. Some would say your mind is too open and you put too much out there that you shouldn't really be putting out there. So
yeah, and honestly, in my personal experience, I'm thinking like people will be grinding for these long times, right? Get demotivated, don't know what they're doing wrong. But when it shows that here's when it shows that you don't really care that much is when, for me at least, and I don't have any egos, none of the other two do. We have open DMs.
Yeah.
If you really cared enough to figure out what you're doing wrong, you have easily ways just to DM us, ask us questions. Where some of us go live, or some people we're in public Discord sometimes. We can be. We have places where you can reach us, but if you don't do that, either you still won't know what you're doing wrong. 2, you don't care, and or 2, you just don't care. So if you really care enough to want to get in and you want to figure out what you're doing wrong, the best way is just to let us know, ask us,
contact us in any way.
Yeah,
we're people as well. Remember, guys, we're not these like super strict owners who are gonna like kick you for like making a joke about us, right? But we're people as well, you know. There's really nothing to be afraid of, because I can understand having some fear to reach out for help in that case. But if you're looking to join a family, which Knights Reserved basically is, then reaching out and fixing those issues will probably be your best bet in order to actually get into Knights Reserved.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, we've all been in the grinder shoes before. Like, we've all grinded for teams before, you know.
Well,
I can't say I've overly grinded for teams before. It's never been a thing I'm really into.
Yeah,
but
I kind of make it a thing not to.
In terms of it, we all have. Like, even you, Tactive, you were grinding for Otha before they picked you up.
Okay, yeah. It was like, yeah, I kind of maybe did it for a week, but I was like, kind of like, instead, I was like, I don't really do the grinding thing. I just kind of DM'd it. I was like, here are my skills. Here's what I do. And I got picked up that way. It's just kind of how I do things. But anyway.
Yeah, Oath was really the first team I ever actually grinded for. Background, I never thought of Fortnite. I never thought of Fortnite as a competitive like game in my terms. I didn't like Fortnite too competitively, to be honest with you. It was too toxic of a game. I mean, I shouldn't be talking. I was a very toxic person back when I played like Gears of War and stuff like that. But in terms of grinding, it was just like never a huge thing for me. But I've done it before, so I've been in the grinder shoes before. You know, wanting to be noticed. You know, hoping the owners or management or whatever would be like, hey, you know, this guy seems like he's pretty good or whatever. You know, I've been in those shoes before. So we understand completely. But as you were gonna say, because I know you've been waiting to say something.
But yeah, like these guys said before, the reason it just takes a while, it's not a thing out of spite. It's trying to be mindful of what we're trying to get you in as. Because I've seen a lot of like trick shotters and people like that grind for us, and we appreciate you giving us, I mean, your time to actually like, grind for us and everything. But if you're not pushing out like any tweets, you're not pushing out any videos with the hashtag, or you're not in the public server, you're not like really in the KR community, then that's why it can be hard. Because we are a big community here in Knights Reserved, in not like massive quantities, but we do have a little community, a little family here, and you're free to reach out to any KR member. You can reach out to us even, and I can, like, again, going back to like the fear thing, I can understand the fear, but you should realize that we're also people, and we're not gonna be like overly disrespectful or anything. That's not how any of us in this call are. We just want to help is basically the thing with our grinders.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Me too.
No, again, it's easy to be scared, but you know, just again, we're not like, you're not gonna DM us and then we're gonna reply, "Don't fucking ever DM us again." You know, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna talk to you.
Truth be told, that's some people, but it's not us.
Yeah, people will do that. So don't take this as I can DM any single owner of any team I want. Don't do that, because some of them will be
they just won't give you the time of
day. They won't. So
we will.
But personally, from us, we will try our best to get back to you. We will be respectful to you. We will give you constructive criticism. So please do not get mad at us if we tell you something you can work on. That's just us giving you pretty much opinions. So yeah, that's pretty much it though, really. So what is our next
there is it's actually from Toxin. He wants to know if we'll be doing like weekly updates in the KR community and our podcasts, if we're going to talk about grinders, basically like future KR stuff on the podcast.
Yeah, we could be doing that. I mean, but honestly, we can just do what it's up to you. Honestly, we'll take the content that you give us and we'll expand on it and we'll do it. So I mean, from here on you can always like tell us if we make another tweet about podcast again, or if we under this video or anything like that. We'll take the content you give us, questions and opinions, and if you want us to talk about a certain topic and what our thoughts on it, if you want to hear those, I mean, we can always do what you guys want to do. We can do, and then we can always expand on like what's happening in our community, like who to pick up, things like that. I mean, so
I agree with that. And in terms of updates on like future events with KR, or like future plans or anything, we will inform you on a good portion of things, but some things will be kept behind the scenes until they're either ready to be put out to the public, or if they're just not meant for the public. So yes, we will be giving you guys some updates, talking about some things. Do you think, since we're here anyways, we should start going in to what our plans are with like our new content and everything that we're going to be getting into, or should we kind of
I think we wait. I think
we'll wait a little bit for that.
Okay.
But in terms of like, let's talk our most recent video and stuff. You know, you guys have seen the new editing style. We really just want to know what you guys think, honestly.
Do you guys prefer us cussing a lot? Or what? We'll go back to the old style if you guys prefer the old style. We wanted to try to do something a little bit different with like slowing the edit process down a bit, making it more simpler for the editor.
Well,
pretty much.
Yeah, I think it's actually making it a bit faster.
You know what I meant? What I meant. Okay, what I meant was making it easier on the editor. Pretty much
making it easier on the editor
and letting our real personality show, because although we do show our real personalities in most of our videos, we didn't want to restrict ourselves to having to be this family-friendly content that when
sometimes a little somebody forgets to censor a bad word.
Okay. Listen. I'm not as observant as you are when it comes to editing, so I forget some things. But regardless, still, it was off of the fact that we wanted to try this new style of content where we didn't censor ourselves, right? Because let's be real, all right, outside of KR and everything, we're not family friendly.
There's a lot that is really
now we should make it set. We're not racist, we're not sexist, we're not anything like that. We support people, we're nothing like that. But in terms of
we can be idiots.
We can be stupid.
Now we mean Ghost.
So we wanted to try to interpret that into our content style, but realistically we don't know if people are gonna like that or not, because maybe people are used to the old style, they're like, ew, different, get it away from me kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So so I don't know what I mean. If we get a lot of feedback on this podcast, then I guess we'll be able to tell.
Also, let us know. We can also even do like guests and stuff like that. If you want to hear from other people
guests
besides us. Just give us feedback, honestly.
Give us feedback pretty much.
Let us know your opinions.
Give us the opinion.
Exactly.
We're sick of being at this loss of what should we do?
No, but we actually are on a good path on what we're doing. That was just a joke.
But
that
was just
Yeah, like I think I'm gonna bring up like when I used to edit the content videos. I can't
He's just gonna
exactly.
that he's 10 times better than me.
I can't. Well, let's just say I'll be back. How about that?
Yes. So
We'll just
okay.
say
So
that. Let's just say that.
we can't fully go into it, but what I will say is Sinvic's way fucking better than me at content editing. So
No, the
it's,
pure growth is tactive.
don't worry, I'm still gonna be editing videos. You know, yay, I guess. But
The ghost raid.
you know, in terms of like it's like I still have a lot to learn with when it comes to like content editing, right? I'm not perfect. I'm far from, you know. And then there's Sinvic, who's just the epitome
Okay,
of
stop.
perfect
Stop.
He doesn't want to get flattered.
No,
Right?
it's not that. It's awkward as hell on a podcast, and it's even awkwarder when we're not on a podcast.
No. Trust me, it's fine because half the community agrees with me
No,
on that.
it's not. Have you seen the poll where we're like, who do you like better? It was like a 46% on you and 50 on me. So I think like it doesn't matter.
You still won.
I don't think I got any votes.
I think what it is that you are overly humble. You are too humble. Wait, what?
I don't even think I got any votes on that poll, bro. I swear to God,
No,
nobody knows
Dylan
who I
was
am,
on
dude.
it. It was off of like the people who edited videos on the KR.
Yeah, it was like who editing style did you prefer? Of course, Sinvic won. You know, there's no doubt.
Like a 56%, and you were like a 43. I think. I don't even know.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Regardless, Sinvic is going to be coming back because in terms of like keeping up with the edit, it's me and him who edit the video. So we're gonna get back into our like weekly style and everything. So we need more. We need more than one. You know, one person. You know. So
Definitely, if we're going to put out like videos that you guys want to see and stuff, we're definitely gonna need a lot more like a lot more like manpower, I guess, in editing.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest with you, if it's just one of us doing it every single week, eventually we're that.
We're gonna die, dude.
Since I can't use other words.
I actually wanted to bring in a topic that was like not on the questions, but I know there's very few of you. Okay, but artistry grinders. I want to go on ahead and talk about these guys because I know there's some of you out there, and you know, Ghost. He's like a yes man to everything. Basically, you bring him anything, and he's like, "That's good."
Yeah, I will. So I'm telling you now, if you're grinding for the artistry, please refrain from sending me anything because 90% of the time I will tell you it's good, and then because I'll think it's good, but then someone else will be like, "Nah, that's shit. Get it out of my face."
Yeah, bro. We have no idea.
No, that was just for a joke. But that was just jokes. But yeah, I tend to. I'm kind of dumb. Okay.
You're a yes man, is what you are. Dude.
So yeah, I'm a yes man, pretty much, really. And only for Sinvic, really. Sinvic's the only person I yes man. But okay, we're gonna don't send me your graphics and stuff. Send it to Sinvic, Dylan, or Tactive because those guys give you fair input.
I have no idea what I'm talking about either. Just
yeah, but at least you can judge. I'll just tell them it's good.
Fair enough.
Because I generally think no, because to being real, right? 90% of the people that have ever like sent me anything, and I've sent it to you, Sinvic, they had the potential, right? It's not
definitely.
like I just
everyone had the potential. In terms
right.
Of, like artistry,
That you could have just said that the people I sent you before had the potential, so I didn't look even more stupid.
It's fun.
No, but like every artistry grinder that we've had, they don't reach out with their portfolios and stuff. So a way that you can actually like reach out to to us is to like purely DM the artistry itself, and we'll respond to you with critiques. These are critiques that you shouldn't take to heart, by the way. And this is going off of experience that I had. Because back then I used to receive like a critique and I thought it was the end of the world because like someone's making fun of my my thumbnail or something, right? But that isn't anything you should take to heart. You should realize that you're gonna get better. You're just gonna have to keep doing it.
Yes.
And if you don't know where to find the page, it's on the KR main page.
Yeah,
Just
if you go onto the KR main page and you look at our description, you'll find that we are affiliated with KR Artistry. And the @ is actually just KR_artistry, if you are wondering where that is. But yeah, our artistry grinders, you guys, we noticed you guys as well. You're here just like with everyone else. Here in KR, we do not like to treat our artistry different than our main roster. So you guys will also be in like main chats. You guys can have access to like everything that a normal KR member will have. And you'll be a part of the family just the same.
Yeah, don't worry. Everybody gets a cookie here in KR, not just.
Yeah, it just depends on what cookie. You want a content creator cookie? All right, here's a pink frost cookie. It's content.
But if it's a raisin cookie, all right, then we got some problems to deal with.
The raisin
if you like raisin cookies, you're probably like evil or something. I don't know.
That's it. You know what? Anyone that eats a raisin cookie from now on is blacklisted from KR. No, this is jokes.
Obviously, you can enjoy raisin cookies. We may poke fun at you, but
not that you should
enjoy. Raisins, man, raisins. All right, let me just stop now.
No, don't worry.
I can go on a tangent about raisins.
All kinds of cookies the same.
Oh yeah.
How did this turn into like a race kind of thing? I don't know.
No, it's definitely not racist. It's none of that. It's just cookies.
Yeah, it's just cookies. We can enjoy cookies. Oh, you know what? Yo, peanut butter cookies are the best kind of cookies. Let's be real here.
No.
Frosted cookies.
Wow, yo, I should kick you just.
Bro, I can't even have those. I'm like allergic, dude.
Oh, you're allergic? Okay, well, you should have said that before I told you all that extra.
Dude, you were about to get your career out. It's like,
bro, have you ever had those cookies from my Publix with like all the sprinkles on it, like those sugar sprinkle cookies? I'm telling you, that stuff's like crack.
You just get addicted to them, dude. Just like
I had that sprinkle sugar cookie one time. My life's never been the same. Alrighty though. Any other topics we'd like to go over right now?
I think we should definitely keep it like KR related. I actually started to notice quite a few KR Valorant players actually. So shall we go on ahead and discuss the KR Valorant?
Well, it depends on. All right, any other team out there, if you think you have a better fucking Valorant roster than us, you hit me up right now and we'll prove who has a better Valorant roster.
Bro, we'll put up some 10-mans. We'll see what you got.
All right. I am willing 10 cents that my Valorant roster beats you on.
Bro, we have like Pokemon cards with the stats and everything.
Yeah.
We'll deck them out.
We'll pull out the tape card on you. We'll pull out the Babuxi card on you, and then we'll pull out.
You don't want to.
You don't want any of these cards, bro.
you don't want to mess with these cards. These are the most common cards in the world.
Yeah, but our Valorant roster, prop to these guys, man. They work so well together.
They do. I respect them too, because most of these guys could easily get into a far, far bigger team than us, but they have that loyalty, they have that respect, So I appreciate every single one of them for that. They're all hard workers, hard grinders, really trying to prove their points. I mean, they've been fucking them up in these scrims, haven't they? I mean, what are we 2-0 right now, scrim wise?
We're 2-0 and like winning, yeah.
Yeah,
Even
I mean,
two.
Now we're not overly. What I said before was a joke, all right? For the people who don't understand what jokes are. What I said before was a joke. But, I really respect those guys. They're doing really good. And we're going to continue to keep pushing them and keep getting them, more scrim wins and everything, because they all work phenomenally together. Like,
they do.
You can't really say they don't, so. Props to you guys. I love all of you guys. You guys are doing great.
Yeah, the freaking roster's just... It's amazing. I can't really describe it anymore.
Yeah, it is. We have rough times with our Valorant side, but
for real. Like it was like this one like period where I just couldn't find anybody.
Yeah. Valorant's a very hard
under a rock or something. I don't know where they were at,
but it's getting more
hard.
popular and more popular, which is good. You know, it's beginning to become a game where I feel like down the line, mainstream wise, will be one of the top like FPS shooters.
Definitely.
I think Valorant is far better than CS:GO. And I think most of every CS:GO player went over to Valorant. Let's be real.
I mean, there's more vibrance to it. I mean, why not?
Yeah, it's like powers. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, CS:GO is still a great game. I love that game. I was LEM in CS:GO, but it got to a point where it became bad. And it's ran by Valve, so you expect that. Valve is not an amazing gaming company.
Let's talk on Valve real quick.
Yeah. You know, they can't get mad at us. But
I mean, yeah.
CS:GO is still a great game, but it's coming to its end. It's been out for like 2 decades.
Like 2 decades.
Dude,
it's
like,
impressive. It's still
it's impressive. Line. It's a bit it's impressive how long that game's been going for. So you know what? Props to Valve for keeping the game, but I'm the only one who's gonna fucking clap again. It doesn't matter.
I just like rapid clapped my freaking mic.
You're just like
but yeah, we've seen a couple like grinders in Valorant sort of.
Yeah. We have. You know, should we talk about the other thing we have about like the other
you're
thing?
You're saying this as if I'm gonna cut it out. No, I'm not.
I know. That's why I want like the other. I don't want to say what it is because we haven't fully finalized it yet. You know, we're gonna talk about it anyway. Screw it. You know, we can talk about this. So for our Valorant,
let's go for it. Yeah.
For our Valorant, we want to start doing another like team in it, pretty much. So we have our main team and we have like the B team. Now a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's a B team. It's not as good." No, that's not how it is.
It's more like a team two instead of a B team. Exactly. B team makes it sound like it's like under. It's just like a team 1, team 2, separate. Maybe like different region. Maybe like different.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, we want to dominate every region.
we want to be.
I want to be Sentinels. That's who I want to be.
You know. I don't know why Sentinels out of every other team.
They're the top right now. They're the top of Valorant.
Sentinels, they did something to me. They didn't like my tweet that I was grinding for them, dude. So I want to beat them. But yeah, no, we want to and it's not just a B team. We'll have, and again, you know, another thing you have to take in consideration: a Valorant team is only 5 people. You can't have more than 5 people, you know, on a team. So there's no difference between a B team and a main team. It's just different regions, or you know, just an extra team, and you know, stuff like that, pretty much. Yeah. So that's something we want to start doing.
The Valorant side is also a roster, not a division. So
yes.
A division, they can have like hundreds of people, but rosters are like limited to a certain amount of people. And so if like for our Valorant roster, it's like 5. And with our B section, it's just basically like a different section. We can probably like even expand to like EU, UK, you know, all that.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, to those of you grinding for the Valorant, you can now grind for our B team. So I think we should keep this for only the podcast listeners.
Yes,
not tweet about it.
No, we're not going to tweet about it. This is for the people
you
who actually care. If you tweet about this, all right, I'm going to send you a raisin cookie is what I'm going to do.
The worst sin.
All right, I'm going to send you a box of raisin cookies.
Dude, but if you subscribe to the channel, you like the video, you're gonna get yourself some freaking Girl Scout cookies.
You're gonna get some nice fudgy, creamy.
No, we don't have to get sexual with the cookie.
Who said it was getting sexual? Dang.
It was like a low monotone voice. You would go into like that. I want to.
You're judging my voice.
That's what it means. So I'm judging accurately.
No, these guys, these two have always been preying on my downfall. You know what I'm saying?
Shut up, dude.
You deserve it. You deserve it. Come on.
Come on, you telling us you don't deserve it from just that line alone?
Okay. I might deserve it, but that's besides the point. Let's move on to a topic that isn't bullying ghosts now.
I think we should keep it this way, honestly.
All right, you know what? I swear to God.
What are you doing?
I swear to God, I'm going to send you racing cookies. Is what I'm going to do.
You don't even know where I live.
Yes, I do.
The weird thing is he actually kind of does.
I don't know the address, but I know the general area.
That's like really creepy. He's gonna get like arrested, dude.
Listen, all right, FBI, if you end up watching this, because I know you like to keep eyes on KR.
KR. If you're watching,
just know I'm not stalking Vic. He's stalking me. All right, anyways. On to the next topic.
I don't know where you are.
All right. Anything else we need to go over besides everything else that we already
stop it from now. I mean, we can.
I mean, we went over grinders. We went over like how it started and like future with like KR. I guess we could go over the Discord, like. All
right, yeah. So let's talk about the last thing we go over, because we've spoiled them today. We've given them a lot of information.
Private,
very valuable information.
High class.
Okay.
This stuff is
high class information.
High tech.
I don't know if you guys can hear my cat meowing in the background.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
But it's really annoying. But I can't let him out because he's gonna go out there and cause trouble. So we're deal with it. But yeah, you wanted to go over the Discord. Okay, so our Discord, it's no surprise. It's kind of dead, right? It's struggling right now. It's on life support right now. But we plan on fixing that. We got the right medication for it. So we're not going to go too into detail about what we're going to be doing to change it or anything.
Before you do go, what if like the medication just fucks it up more?
This is a very possible thing. But you know what? I'm hoping it doesn't. It's a 50-50 kind of thing here.
Yeah.
Imagine taking someone's life on a 50-50.
Hey, why do you think I'm not a doctor, dude? Like,
because you didn't get actually. It's not good.
Yeah, that's probably not the best thing for you to say right now.
The dog is so hard, but I don't be. I'm not like that,
Well,
yeah, you're not like that.
Are you?
Well,
you're about to
listening.
Yeah. All right. Back onto the Discord. So we have a few ideas on hopefully to revive it. With some community events and everything, and just an overall restructure. Hopefully, that's all we're gonna get into, though.
we want to give you guys some stuff to do.
Yeah, we don't want you guys to be bored.
I'm pretty sure some of them are also curious of Twitch, like if we're gonna ever make a comeback to Twitch.
Yes,
Twitch is fun. I mean, we can always. I mean, we're working on at least for the summer. I mean, most of us go to for the summer. We're gonna definitely get running back up. I mean, myself.
Yeah, the summer will 100%.
Some of the streamers will definitely have it running back up. Soon and early in the summer, it'll be happening.
Yeah, you guys gotta keep in mind we're trying to do a lot of things right now with KR. So, in terms of like keeping up to date with what everybody wants, it's kind of hard. We have to. We have a lot. Okay, we can't get into most of it, but we have a lot going on working behind the scenes right now, and it's gonna. It's gonna be beneficial. Trust me, you guys are gonna love it. Hopefully, if not, then everything will die, and we'll become another dead Fortnite team. But nah, on a real note, we're making a strong comeback very soon. Again, can't go into much detail, but
we're gonna have some stuff. Let's just say that, and also. Feel free to like tweet out any ideas like you guys want to see. Like,
yeah, we're kind of dumb, so we run out of ideas.
Like in terms of like what you, the community, want to see on the YouTube. like what you want to see on Twitch, what you want us to talk about in the podcast, because we can keep it KR related, or we can go into like real world issues.
Yeah, I think real world would be cool. Like we can always. Yeah. I mean, who doesn't want to hear the opinion of three nobodies who run a team?
All right, guys, time to get into my whole life story. So I was born in St. Jude's. I don't even think that was. I don't even know if that. No, that's not even a hospital. I'm genuinely. I don't know what the fuck I just said.
I was born from the ground.
I was actually born in a car.
You're born in a car. This is some shit we don't know.
Yeah, you know what? Anyways, forget it. Off this topic. Is that the end of the podcast, or do we want to talk? Okay, KR house. KR house. If we don't talk about it, Sinvic will be upset. So yeah,
I will cancel you.
All we need to talk about is that me and Ghost will be in the same. Oh wait.
Hey yo, wait. Now, see, I'm down, but you can't be saying that on the podcast. But, anyways, yeah. Now, now I got all this stupid stuff.
Ghost is gonna pay for all of it. I'm not gonna pay a cent.
I'm gonna pay for all of it. I'm gonna be broke. They're gonna live in the house. I'm gonna live in a box in the street.
Dude, you're gonna be with your cats. We're gonna be your blankets.
This is how it's gonna work. They're gonna hold me at gunpoint, force me to buy the house, and then they're gonna kick me out. That's what's gonna happen.
And then we like a month later, the house gets like taken from the bank because no one's paying the mortgage.
Big mailbox for you.
I'm like, don't worry, guys, you can come live in my box with me. But KR house. KR house is a very long way away from where we're at right now. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
But we already have some planning for it. If it ever happens,
it's fun to plan, right? It's fun to plan.
Yeah, it's fun to plan out. It's fun to hope. Okay, don't be an ass in the comments and say it will never happen. Let us have hope, okay?
Dude, they could like reply like "lol who," like, and then we reply they're asked.
Fortnite kids in the fucking prime.
Bark like a fish.
Yeah, I actually had a really good. Actually, okay? You remember the thing I said about the tax with Nerf?
What? No, we're not doing that. You're gonna kill someone. You're gonna kill people.
Dude, it's just you don't shoot them at the head unless you're a little bit
for context, right? This is kind of like an inside joke. We want to do like a Nerf video if we ever get like a KR house. This guy wants to put tax in there so these fuckers will bleed.
Dude, it's more entertaining that
it's like literally like gore on the like.
Come on, what's your idea on that, tack, Devon?
It's like you're actually shooting them, like you're putting.
No, wouldn't this actually? You know, that's a little.
That is
you can call it a minigun Nerf gun.
Oh, a minigun with tax, bro! Imagine.
That's like an actual weapon, dude. Like, who needs a gun when you have a Nerf gun in tax?
Oh, you're just like slowly getting like stabbed to death.
I can just imagine Dylan's like not paying attention and like he's walking by my room or something. I just shoot him in the ass with a tack and the Nerf gun.
I swear to God, like who's gonna be the big guy in the house? Because it's not gonna be Ghost. Because like he wants to shoot people.
Active seems the most like wouldn't shoot somebody in the ass with a Nerf gun with a tack in it.
Probably wouldn't, because I don't think of stupid stuff on the fly. Honestly, I mean.
We're talking about Ghost. This guy like apparently does like dares of like if they're like I dare you to jump off the bridge, you'll do it.
Give me a dare, and then
listen. Okay, actually, story time will go. So I was in what grade? I think I was in the 9th grade. No, I was in 8th grade. And I was walking home with my friends, and every time we walk home, there's like long ass fucking highway. Like very active highway. My friend looked at me. He said, "Yo, I'll give you $5 to run across that highway." I looked at him. I said, "Show me the money." He showed me the money, and I proceeded to run across a very active highway. Almost got hit by a car. That
stupid.
The best $5 I ever got that day.
Almost fucking die.
I've done so. You don't know this. I've done so. Hello.
What?
This man, bro.
Did you just take a call or something? No way, bro. Just okay.
All right, what? What's so funny, huh? Are you laughing at me? Huh? I ran across the highway for $45 before, okay?
Dude,
Don't mess with me.
you'd be the type of dude to do murder for $2.
Man, you just don't give a fuck about your life, do you?
Oh, I've done a lot of stupid and crazy things. It's okay. My whole mindset ever since I was like 14, 15 is if you're gonna die eventually, live life to the fucking fullest.
You're not living full if you're gonna run across a damn
basically,
highway,
if you're gonna die eventually, what you're doing there is basically making sure it happens earlier.
Exactly.
I think it's more so that I'm not scared to embrace life, and you guys are.
Yes, I'm a pussy. There you go. What?
Thank you for calling us that.
No, that was Tactive's words. My words were my words were a lot more respectful.
Mine's not. I'm more of a blood type of guy.
I'm a lot different now. I would only do something like that if it was actually worth doing it now. I'm not stupid. Well, I'm stupid. But I'm more smart now.
He gained like 2 IQ.
You gotta understand though. I grew up with 8 brothers, right? So, and when we lived in Yonkers, it's still part of like New York State, but like it's more of like it's not suburban at all. But like we had this little wood patch up there, and we would always go up there and we'd like climb trees and shit hella high. Like one time my brother climbed up it and he wouldn't come back down. So he was just up there for like 30 minutes crying while hanging on the tree. It sounds really bad, but it was funny as fuck. I was only like 8, so there was like nothing I could do. Right?
That poor guy was like in despair. You're just laughing at him.
I don't know. I've always been pretty stupid, so. And I'm going to continue to be stupid. Being stupid is fun until you die.
Owns freaking professional esports team, apparently.
Hey, when it comes to business, we get business done. All right, what I do outside of KR is what I do.
It's none of your concern.
It's none of your concern of whether or not I'm gonna die tomorrow.
That's a show up to work, bro.
He's like, hey, where's Brandon? Oh, he got hit by a car yesterday. Oh,
all for $5.
Well, damn.
Well, damn. Guess I'm the new founder.
Damn. Oh god.
But yeah, this was an hour and 13 off of the raw recording. It might not be for you guys, but
we do what we enjoy. I had fun doing this podcast.
Yeah,
this is good, you know.
And if you don't like it, well, guess what?
Yeah, there. Take that. Take that. But yeah, I like how like this whole podcast started so awkward, and
it got like way better.
It's because you bullied me.
You started bullying me. What do you mean? What? That is false information.
False advertising. Cancel him.
I want to do that to Red Bull because I drank Red Bull and it said it gives you wings, and then I jumped out my window and it didn't give me wings. It just gave me a hospital trip.
Okay.
Jesus. All right.
That was a joke. That I never did. Anyway. Okay, well, I feel like I have to explain things. Anyways, go ahead, Simvic.
But yeah, you know, we really do appreciate any of you like just tuning in to hear our stupid opinions. And us being just dumb for like an hour and 15 minutes. Like, let us know if you guys want us to do more of these podcasts. Let us know if you enjoyed your listen with us, because you know I never really did a podcast before, so I don't know.
Yeah, this was all of our first ever podcast.
I enjoy it.
I like it.
Just let us know if you guys do.
Yeah, just let us know if you guys enjoyed how dumb we are. Well, how dumb I am, but still.
I bet you one of the comments is going to be like, remove that annoying fucker Sinvec, and I like it.
Nobody can say that. They'll probably say, no, not you.
Yeah, they'll probably say, get that stupid guy out of here. That's their exact words. I already hear it.
Who's again?
But yeah, let us know if you guys enjoyed this podcast. I think it is coming to an end. If everyone
Wait,
agrees,
it is coming to an
Yes,
end,
it
but
is.
we have to do what every other podcast does when they're ending. Thank you for stopping by for the number one podcast today. We had a really good day, talking about all these really dumb opinions. I hope you guys do enjoy this podcast. We'll see you in the next podcast. Bye. Did you end it?
No, I didn't.
Well, now that's no. Leave that in. Leave
Of course,
that
it's
in.
gonna be left in.